And it says we are live. I'm here, your beautiful Thursday night. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell. Helps me out a ton. Let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. And yes, tonight we're kind of back in our usual location. I don't have my banner behind me tonight, just because there's a lot of bots off to the side. As you know, we're making some changes to the space where the bots were. That's not done yet. It's getting there. But right now I have a bunch of them sort of off to the side, and just to kind of move the sofa here out more so that I can fit the banner behind there. Just it was more trouble than it was worth tonight. So I certainly still have it, but that's why it's not here. Hey, Mike. Hey, Ash. Hey, Big M. Happy birthday, by the way, Big M. For those of you who don't know, Big M just had a birthday. Hope it was a great day for you, my man. So what else can I say? Hey, Fire, I guess we'll jump into the news. And last week was a really short show, not because of anything else other than we didn't have a lot of news, and it was sort of in our old area. It was very much like an old school setup last week. So if you were here for that, I appreciate it. A little more back to normal this week. Hey, Cosmos. Hey, Ken. How about we start with the news right here? Yeah, and the first thing to note is that in the U.S., if you live in the U.S., Star Convoy or Star Optimus Prime has been sighted at a GameStop in Newport Center, New Jersey. So if you live in Jersey, start checking your GameStops, I suppose, if you want to Star Convoy. But he is on the shelf there. Also out in the U.S. Is the Thundercracker Mixmaster line wave, I should say, of Voyagers for Studio Series. It is Wave 29. By the way, the Deluxes are also out for that wave in the U.S. as well. The two Voyagers here were found at a Walmart in Pennsylvania. I've seen them around for a while here, so I didn't know that they weren't out in the States yet. I'm surprised that they were here earlier than that. Let's go on up here. And also out in the U.S., and this one was seen at a Target in Wall, New Jersey, again in Jersey. It is the G1 Studio Series 86. We're saying 86, even though 86 isn't really a thing anymore. The Studio Series Megatron. Kane, like I'm looking at it, and the legs still look blue to me, man. Let's go on. Let's go on. So a lot of stuff coming out in the U.S. This week and being cited in the U.S. this week. It's not the only thing. Hold on. See if and this also found in the U.S. This is the one that has the Transformers 1 Starscream, as well as KSI Widow or Widowmaker, if you will, and Scavenger, if you are looking to complete your Devastator. And this was found in Roanoke, Virginia. Every time I hear of Roanoke, I always think of the American Horror Story episode that focused on Roanoke. Even though I'm sure it's a lovely place. I'm sure it's a lovely place. But it's what comes to mind. You talk about weird associations, right? Then we have this, and I just want to make sure, I'm going to go into it because I want to make sure that I'm not sort of missing anything. No, I don't think I am. So Transformers is planned to be a priority for Paramount, and I'm going to read this according to the Hollywood Reporter. Ellison, who said he intends to make movies exclusively for theaters, now has full control over a number of film franchises already worked in at Skydance. Many of them have been dominant on the big screen for years. Star Trek, G.I. Joe, or have had trouble finding their footing in recent years. Terminator and Transformers. All franchises I adore, honestly. Co-film chief Josh Greenstein said these franchises would be a priority. So if you believe Josh Greenstein, then I guess they're going to be a priority. Noting that the company hopes to release 15 films a year and then up that to 20. He name-checked Star Trek and Transformers, with a surprise being World War Z. Loved the book and enjoyed the movie. The 2013 Brad Pitt zombie feature. He also indicated an interest in both horror. Paramount is home to A Quiet Place and The Smile, as well as R-rated comedies. But he noted that originals are also a priority, pointing to the first green light under the new regime, the Timothée Chalamet, James Mangold project, High Side. So it looks like the new leadership at Paramount is planning to really bolster the franchises we know and love. Here's the thing. That's a great idea. But if the fans aren't going to get behind it, and for example, Transformers fans are notorious for as soon as they see something and it's not G1 saying, that's garbage, I hate it. And that has not helped the franchise that we know and love. It has struggled because of fans. I've said this before. It's not because of the scripts. It's not because Michael Bay is terrible. It's not because of anything else other than the fans overthink stuff and pan stuff. If you go in and you just enjoy the films for what they are, big clanking robots bashing each other, then you're probably going to have a good time. The fans ruined one, which was a brilliant, brilliant film. Same with Age of the Beast. Very clean. Very, very clean film. I think we do need quality scripts, because even I will admit that The Last Night in Age of the Primes had very rough editing. I didn't care so much. I enjoyed it for what it was, but they were too long and they had rough editing. When it comes to Michael Bay, like him or hate him, but here's the bottom line. The guy produces results. The guy has gotten billions upon billions of dollars for film companies, right? It's like when people want to compare, like small stores to Walmart. Like, there is no comparison. You might like a certain store better, but let's be realistic. None of them can compete with the monolith that is Walmart, right? Or if you absolutely love Lowe's and no other hardware store can compete. I don't know how successful Lowe's is, but whatever the most profitable hardware store is the best. You can say what you like, but the proof is in the pudding, right? I see it all the time as well with wrestling, and especially this, like, AEW is the best, WWE is the best. They're both great companies. But to say that AEW is really close to being better and topping WWE, it's not true. And we both know it. Look at the numbers, look at the metrics, look at the money, look at the ratings. Well, it's the same sort of thing here. Whether you like Michael Bay or not, look at the money he's raked in and compare it to the other directors and stuff that they've had. They didn't rake in as much money. Could things have been different if we had a different director right from day one? Maybe. But that's us just, kind of waxing philosophically and wondering what could have been, right? Do I think it's a good idea for Bay to come back? Not necessarily. But I'm sure from Paramount's perspective and the penny pinchers, they're looking at it and saying, yeah, but his films made billions, right? Or very, very high millions, whatever. I don't think the film industry is what it was. I don't think that these franchises are as invigorated as they were. And I just don't think people are going to theaters the same as they were. Will that change? Can Paramount pull this off? Time will tell. But I certainly hope that they pull it off. And I suspect some of you at least hope the same. We also had the Liokaiser painted model was shown off by Evan. Apparently the test shot is coming and he'll do the walkthrough video then, like he's done with the other ones. Looking at this, it's real Liokaiser, buddy. Very, very much so. There is an opening under the shoulder, so I have hope that he can do, if not a full T-pose, a very close to full T-pose. I very much am interested to see how around the shoulders can go. Will the wings of Leo Zach be in the way? I really want to know the leg forward, back, out to the side for splits, and I am desperate to know how deep of a knee bend we're going to get. This is a Haslab. This needs to be able to do all of it. I've said that before. Let's see what it can indeed do. This, of course, again, is when you include the Death Cobra with all of the little minions on him. This, of course, is all 7 members in their vehicle modes and their robot modes. I like this. I got to say, it's a great, great looking set. And, of course, with the various chest minions, right? The breast force minions or the chest force minions or whatever it is that they want to call them. Yeah, I mean, I look forward to seeing how it functions because it looks great, but that doesn't mean anything to how it's actually going to function or if it's going to function. That's the other thing. If it's going to function. Okay, let's get back into that and go up. Nezha. So, some years ago, several years ago, in fact, Sir Toys was still a thing, and it's the first spot that I ever saw the Nezha Transformers crossover. And I explained then how Nezha is like a mythical character in China with mystical powers and whatnot. And they were doing a crossover with Transformers. I've watched the 10-minute clip, I suppose. And it's obviously set in the Cyberverse world, as you can see here with Shockwave, Megatron, and Starscream. It looks like there's a portal that links the Nezha world, universe, region, whatever, to, like, I'll say modern day China. And I mean, here you can see Prowl, Ratchet, Optimus, B. So this is a little later, I would call it, in Cyberverse. And of course, this was meant to be produced and come out during the Cyberverse era, to be honest with you. So it makes sense it would fit in there. This is Nezha. Shockwave again. This, her. She's a bad seed, buddy. Not cool. She will definitely end up working, I'd say, with the Decepticons. I've often said that I'm not a huge fan of Japanese anime and kind of how they do their fiction. It's too over the top for me with everything being super, ultra, mega. This didn't feel like that to me. I know that this is from China, so it's completely different. But you talk about the cultural differences for how they approach something like fiction, right? This, to me, seems a little more, I don't want to call it realistic because that's not true, but it seems a little more typical based. I don't want to say reality based, but it doesn't have the super mega ultra stuff. At least not yet, right? Though this is a mystical character. I did get a bit of a feeling of almost like Transformers Cyberverse meets Disney animation. Like this has a very Disney feel to me. I love the way that the Great Wall of China was done here. I think that's I think this is a beautiful background image that the Ark flies into. Calling it the Ark. I don't know what else to call it, really. Right, Grimlock, obviously Cyberverse, Grimlock, and Optimus there. They meet Nezha. And I think they have a bit of a fight and stuff. But, you know, they end up kind of meeting up and stuff by the end of it. I think it has potential to be pretty good. If you didn't like Cyberverse, then, I mean, you're not going to like this. But if you like Cyberverse, you're probably going to like this. And I found that I could kind of follow what was happening without having to know what was being said. Like when I watch Wild King, for example, I don't know what's happening. I can't follow the story there at all. It's just it's too much. It's too much happening and too much like a commercial. This had a good pacing to it. Make of that what you will. We also have some images of the Masters of the Universe crossover. That, of course, being the Skeletor Megatron, which is terrifying, and the Man-at-Arms Bumblebee. You can see the size of these comparatively to like a very small, teeny tiny deluxe Bumblebee. Let's be realistic. This is Legends that they sold as a deluxe, but it's Legends. And Leader Class Megatron. So you can see they're not as big as Leader Class. They're probably Voyager-ish size, I would guess. Right? They look cool in the packaging. I love this packaging. Who would have ever thought we'd see Masters of the Universe and Transformers? That's crazy. That's crazy that we have this. Like I haven't put in like Mattel's logo down there. So like this is nuts. But like it's cool at the same time. I respect where it's going. Skeletor Man at Arms, of course. And Megatron and Bumblebee. I love the packaging. I think that's really, really cool packaging. I like how the like rock pieces are like the Transformers grid, right? Man at Arms very much with Battle Mask, right? This I find terrifying. Just the prospect of it. Nicely sculpted and stuff, though. And of course, if you're familiar with MOTU, then you've got an idea here with a couple of others of where this is going to kind of fit in, so to speak. Right, same here. You get the same sort of idea of where this will fit in and against a few Transformers. It's an interesting crossover. I think it's one of the more interesting crossovers that I've seen. Alex Milne will be at TFCon Chicago, October 24th to the 26th. Speaking of Wild King, not Wild King, Cyberworld. Cyberworld is available. I watched this one. It's okay. It's an all right episode. This isn't exactly what I thought it was going to be, so it's only to me. We already talked about that. The plot for the original Transformers cartoon, we talked about that last week, how it was going to be pitched to CBS and whatnot. Well, TF Nation happened, and McFeely done a documentary about it. I think it's about 45 minutes or so if you want to watch it and find out what the show could have been instead of what we actually got. YOLOPARK showed off more hint and images of the Rocket Pro Optimus Prime. I think a lot of it is like video promo at this point. Here's the box. This is the AMK Pro, of course. Nice job done on it, no doubt. As I would expect from them. And I mean, this is beautiful. There's no way that anyone can argue that the love and detail and sculpt isn't here. I mean, it very much looks like it jumped off Rise of the Beast, jumped out of the film and into real life. No, it does not transform, but we all know what to expect, I think, at this point from YOLOPARK. And I don't think we need to go down through all of these because we've seen a million images. I will show this, though. Again, how you can change out the faces and stuff, right? And it comes with a bunch of accessories and whatnot. So it is what it is. And where is my... And before I check in with you guys, Blokees Mega Optimus Prime by Brown. This is just want to make sure I'm saying this right now, 25 centimeter Brown dressed as Optimus Prime. Brown apparently started out on stickers with other characters or something. I don't really know this. Yeah, he comes with smaller figures of Boss as Megatron, Sally as Bumblebee, and Brown himself. I don't, this isn't something I know. There will also be a special and very limited pink version. Only 99 units available via Blokees website during specific days and a limited global release of 999 units, which will be sold in Indonesia, Blokees, Dujan, and international events. So there will be a pink version if you want that, but it's going to be super hard to get. I mean, it's cute. It's a little like teddy bear dressed up as Optimus. If you know Brown, this probably means something to you. It doesn't really mean anything to me. You can see the little other characters here, so you can see how big this is comparatively. I guess this is the pink version. I don't know where this comes from, but it's cute, I guess. Oh yeah, and you can open the top of his head and even put the other guys in there. They can all sit down and have a good old time. I think this one's a duck or a chick, maybe. I don't know what the Megatron's supposed to be. Yeah, a little seat inside of there. Right, so I guess they're controlled like a big robotic Brown, right? Like, I guess he's like a big exosuit or something. I like the eyes. I really think the eyes look nice. And he has a matrix. That's a nicely done matrix, too. I think it actually lights up. You know what? I'm not angry at this. I don't know it, but it's cute for what it is. I don't know what the price is. I'm sure it's insane, but it's cute for what it is. Let's check in with you guys and see what you're saying, because I know I haven't said anything yet. Let's see. You're on your old account. That's okay, Ken. Mixmaster has been found here at Walmart. I don't have one. It's the last one I need. Mixmaster's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. Yes, I have handled him. No, I don't have him. But remember, I am taking a look at the Devastator stuff through Daryl. So I have handled the Mixmaster because I picked up Mixmaster for him when I saw it. That's how I knew Mixmaster and the Thundercracker were here. Hey, Master Fire. Hey, Blue Star. I went to a convention last week and I met the voice of G1 Slingshot, who also played Carl from Jimmy Neutron. I don't know what Jimmy Neutron is, but okay. Bay taps into the normie crowd and it makes money. That's right. And at the end of the day, that's what Paramount cares about. They don't care about us hardcore nerds. They care about bringing the masses and new fans to make big money. And honestly, they've had a few flops. They could use a few wins, honestly. Also met the voice actors of Armada Sideswipe and Energon Ironhide. Hey, Matthew. As a wrestling fan, I have to hear the whole AEW is 5-star restaurant. WWE's McDonald's. Oh, man. Right? Like, and when I'll point it out. I'm not even nice about it. And I'll point it out and be like, you're making us all look stupid. By saying this nonsense and foolishness, you make us all look stupid. Look at the valuations of the company. And then somebody said the other day, they were like, yeah, but now WWE charges a bunch of money for their tickets. And I replied with, because they can. Because people are paying it. You're trying to compare what? TKO is what, a $25 billion company to AEW, which is, I'm not even sure it's turning a profit yet. The only comparison is to Tony Khan's father, who's worth $8 billion. It's not the same. It's a great number 2 company. I love AEW. It's a wonderful number 2 company. But to say it's anywhere in the same stratosphere as the business that's being done by WWE is just outright wrong. I really like toys from Hasbro and Mattel. They're the 2 big ones. But if Joe Smith's toy shop, if somebody was to say that that's competing with Hasbro and Mattel, let's be realistic. Maybe they do good business. Maybe Buddy's made a sweet living off of Joe's toy shop. But it's not competition for the big boys. It's just not. Let's see. I watched the video. Doc on the Lost pilot. Very interesting. Also crazy how many of the ideas eventually did come to life. I haven't watched it. I've been very busy, and it didn't happen. So I'm not one who tends to care too much about what didn't happen. I might, if I get time, I might. 45 minutes sit down and watch a video? I don't know, man. It's crazy how the concept of sparks kind of came from the Lost pilot. Wouldn't know. You guys know more about it than me. I haven't watched it. Got Sea Spray the other day, says Mike. Thoughts on AS08E Eva Prime? How Sea Spray says, I don't really have any thoughts on it. I have the Shattered Glass and I have the Nemesis, and I've handled the new one that is a more matte finish of the regular 86 Optimus. They're all great. I have no reason to think that the Eva one is any different. Now, I don't know what Evangelion is. I don't have a clue what it is. I don't know the franchise. I don't know anything remote about it. So I really have zero interest in it. But based on what I've seen in the past for Optimi that have been colored in that Evangelion color scheme, I mean, this, if I didn't know what it was, I would probably look at it and say, that looks like Eva, even though I don't know the franchise. So I would say it's a justified coloration if you're a fan of that franchise. That's what I would say. Mold's great. Even if it is a KO, mold is great. Got the G1 reissue kickback. I've seen that around. Got the Nemesis, Shattered Glass, and Eva. Love all of them. Eva came with a trailer and love the color. So there you go. Mike likes the trailer that came with Eva. I don't know what the trailer looks like or anything like that. It's not something I know, but Mike does. And yeah, so there you go. Hey, Felon, I didn't go into this one Walmart for 3 months, and I went yesterday, and they still have 15 to 25 card back gears on clearance for $10. Oh yeah, the gears. Same here. The gears has been down like cheapy cheap on the clearance. So I'm like, man, that didn't sell well. I think it's because so many already had the Legacy United version. I don't know if he was hard to get. He wasn't hard to get here, and I've seen both the Legacy United and the cardback one on the shelf together. So if I was going to get one, I would get the Legacy United because it's cartoon accurate. But if you're a toy accurate guy, then I mean the retro would be, you know, up your alley, right? Wasn't hard to get here either, right? So like yeah, right? Okay, how about we go to our other page of I gotta get out of this. Didn't mean to still be in there. And this is our last page of actual news. The activate your alt mode vote. Now we are down to knowing that it's going to be Shockwave. And it's going to be one of 4 alt modes. Land, sea, air, or wildcard. I'll tell you now, I vote a wildcard. Let's get creative with it. But I got to believe that we're going to end up with sea. And I got to believe that it's going to be Hearts of Steel, even though a lot of people said they've already confirmed the Hearts of Steel anyway. I just feel like that this is a good excuse for it. I hope not. I hope we get something different and interesting for Shockwave. But time will tell, of course, what the one-eyed, you know, impurata, mad scientist Shockwave gets as an alternate alt mode to the old laser gun. Because he's been a laser gun, right? He's been a Cybertronian tank. He's been I'm going to call it a Cybertronian spaceship thing from War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron. He's been like a couple of variants on like plane modes. He's been a weird spider thing. Like Shockwave is not... Different alt modes are not something that's unusual for Shockwave. I don't know how I would have felt if Grimlock had actually won the vote and like Grimlock getting like an ear alt mode or a C alt mode. I don't know if I'd be down for that for Grimlock personally. I might be for, well, I'm not going to buy it because I said with Siege that like, you know, you scammed me with that one, so I'm not buying any more Shockwaves off you, and I haven't. So I won't get it, but you never know. I could get it as a gift or something like that. Starscream wife likes Shockwave. She thinks he looks cool, so you never know. Some images of Flatline. Mark Meyer goes into this whole story of how Flatline poses as an Autobot medic, and you know, Knockout is kind of like his buddy and his pal. I don't know this mold, but I really can't wait to, because I've seen it and it looks good and chunky and hefty. Excited to get it for Flatline. I don't really know Armada, you know, Armada Red Alert. It's not my Red Alert, but I like the mold, right? I guess this is supposed to be, you know, this is supposed to be Flatline now, disguised as an Autobot, right? I guess that's the point that Mark was trying to make. But I like the black and the red. It's a classic color scheme. Reminds me of Runabout. Is it Runabout? That's the black and red one. I think it's Runabout. Classic color scheme. I like it. This I like. So we had the Legacy animated Motormaster. And when it came out, they redecoed the DNA Designs kit that would go on the Optimus and put it out for Motormaster. And I said then, missed opportunity. Could have made it look like the Combiner. And lo and behold, that's what we finally have. Recolored all again. And now it looks like Metasaur combined, right? Instead of being, I'll say black and purple at the feet, now the feet are purple. The shins, instead of being black and purple, now look like Breakdown and Wild Rider. Breakdown and Off-Road? If you prefer off-road instead of Wild Rider, just throwing that out there. The arms now, instead of being pretty much black, I mean, they look like Dead End and Drag Strip. And, of course, the wings on the back, I'm fine with that looking like part of the trailer of the transport truck. I think it looks clean. You know, nothing wrong with either set, but if I was going to get a set, if I had this Motormaster, I would 150% have to get the DK56 set. I even like in truck mode, I feel like Motormaster now looks like a transport truck, more so than just the DK56. I think the DK56A makes him look more Motormastery to me, but of course, I'm a G1 guy, right? I like it. I think this is a great. I think this is a dandy set. I really, really do. I think it captures the combined mode look well. I like that the wings seem to be able to come off and become a blaster as well. I like this. I think it's successful. I think it's a great take. Like, look at the blaster and what you can do with the other parts of the trailer and the wings and stuff. Like, I like this. Color me impressed. That's what I'm going to say. Color me impressed. We also have a promo video. I don't know if there's any images here, although we've seen the images a zillion. Nah, there's no images there. It's just a promo video for Basara Prime if you're into that era of Macross. Blokees Action Edition, Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. A while ago, I reviewed the Action Megatron, the one with the chair and stuff. They're impressive. They're fairly big, about Voyager size, maybe slightly more than Voyager size, honestly. Pretty solid, well articulated. There was a hip skirt that broke on the Megatron, but barring that, I think it looks pretty cool if you like the Transformers 1 version of Optimus Prime, or you want to use it as an Orion Pax. This is the latest wave of the Galaxy version of the next line of Blokees, I guess, with Optimus here, and you'll notice Metroplex up back. Metroplex looks pretty cool. Obviously meant to be a Fall of Cybertron type of Metroplex. Again here, this is the part that kills me with these. Metroplex is the same size as Hot Rod, who's the same size as a Sharkticon, who's the same size as Sludge, who's the same size as an Insecticon. Just saying. There's an arc here that's a little storage thing. You see Rodimus sitting in there. I do like the Unicron head. We had previously seen the clear one, but I thought the clear one up here didn't look as good. I think that's a chase variant. I do like the solid Unicron head. This is also a chase with metallic Optimus Prime. It looks like it's dead Prime on one side and like alive metallic Prime on the other. That's a chase one. The Hot Rod, I think the Hot Rod looks pretty good. I think they've done justice to him pretty good. Sludge in robot mode. And again, you can see not in robot mode. You can see the Unicron heads, the two of them. Devastator. So the whole list has Optimus Prime robot mode, Blitzwing robot mode, Hot Rod robot mode, Sludge Dino mode, Sludge robot mode, Metroplex robot mode, or the Sharkticon robot mode, Unicron head, Claire Unicron head, that's a chase, Shrapnel. I don't think I said Shrapnel. I think I said one of the other Insecticons, but I meant Shrapnel. The Metallic Optimus and the Arc, which is a storage box, if that's your thing. So the Blokees, Action Mega, whatever, with Brown is a Blokees thing, I believe. Then the Wave 8 of the Galaxy version, the Action Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. That's a lot from Blokees. Man, those guys put out product like it's going out of style. And last but not least, I love this. It is a variant on the Ocular Max Masterpiece scaled drift. And this one, hold on. This one is based on the, where is it that it says it? Yeah, the manga anime Initial D. So this one has like some red deco as well as some red windows. It reminds me a lot of the red deco that's on the Generations version, honestly. I like the look of this drift. I really like the look of this drift. A lot of detail here, very clean. I guess this is the regular drift, and I guess this is the new one. I mean, this looks very unassuming. It's still cool, but it's unassuming. I prefer this. To me, this is what I think of when I think of drift. Not that either's bad, but if I had this and then knew this was coming out, I would be unhappy. I think though this is going to be every 12th one or something. Like it's really weird how this is being done. What is it that they said? Yeah, the variant is coming out of every 12th pieces. So I guess every time there's a 12th piece, every time there's a dozen, the last one is going to be this variant. And then they'll do 11 of the other one, and then the last one will be this variant. So I don't know. I don't know how you're supposed to exactly get this, but whatever. I don't know what I really don't know what else to say about it, to be perfectly honest with you. But it does look very good, I think. And that's the news. Let's check in with you guys here again just a little bit. Thinking a Shockwave squid would be cool. That would be cool. That would be cool. I agree. Shockwave has been a moving target for alt mode. That is for sure. He really, really has over the years. I agree. I wanted Mirage to win. So did I. I voted for Mirage, actually. They had a ton of red alerts. Yeah, still loads of red alerts at Walmart here. And I'm going to say what I've always said. If you're a fan of Unicron Trilogy, if you're a fan of Armada, you have to get out and buy that red alert. If the message that they see is, hey, nobody's buying this Armada red alert, then they're not going to make more Armada figures. Because they're going to say, why? Nobody buys it. It's a waste of resources. It's a waste of money. You know what people are buying? G1. If it's your era, you have to support it. And you have to encourage others to support it. I got the first kit, but might need this set too. Looks great. I think it looks way better. Not that the first set is bad, Mike, but I think this one looks way better. Way better. I saw that Motormaster on sale for $15 and didn't get it. But now that this upgrade set is out, see if I see it again, I might get it. And I think that a lot of people will be like that. I think a lot of people would say, hey, this would be a cool version of Menasor. He's probably going to be quite solid. And it would still work pretty nicely to at least get into like a leader class size, because he's obviously a fair sight bigger than being a Voyager. I've seen it too. I never picked it up. It's not the Motormaster of my era, but with this set, I think it's a really cool Motormaster. I haven't seen it in a little while, but I can think of where there might be one. You never know. Maybe I will. I don't know the mold. Maybe I would hate the mold. I should probably look at the mold first before I would buy it. Where I'm not sure on it before I would buy it. Just got a Motormaster on sale for that DNA kit. Perfect. I'd love to have the Unicron blocky head. So would I. I think a lot of people would. I'm not really into blockies too much. I got a couple, and I respect them. It's just model kits are not easy for me, but I would like to have that head. I have gotten so tired waiting for her to complete the G2 Stunticons. I just put my 3 G2 guys on Motormaster for Menasor. You certainly could, though I'd say keep watching, because it was said that they're going to do the entire set of G2. I don't know when or how, but that's what was said. I saw Star Convoy yesterday. Should I get it? I have no idea if you should get them. I don't know. I don't have it. I haven't handled it. I don't know anybody who does have it. I don't, as far as I know, in my whole province, there are no Star Convoys. So I don't know. I haven't watched a review. I hear people say the plastic is thin. I don't know. It's one of those that I've said to myself, if I see it on the shelf, I'll decide then. But I don't know if I'll see it on the shelf. So I don't know, Master Fire. I wish I could advise you better, but I really don't know. I got inboxed the re-release of Fortress Maximus last week. I love him. Got him for a great price too. Excellent. And he gets a hard name, but I think that Fort Max is great. And it was cheaper than going the G1 route. And you know what? If you're creative enough and you maneuver his legs and his body and stuff a bit, you can get a much better base and approximation out of him than what the official would show. Right? You can do better than that. For the black tinted windows, that's fair. That's fair. They are buying what? They're buying G1 minus gears on card. Minus gears on card. But I bet you they got a gears. I bet you they got a gears. Let's just see here with the news. Star Convoy and all of the stuff released in the US we talked about. The TF films being a priority. The Liokaiser printed model. The Nezha, which is actually pretty cute. The Blokees stuff. The in-hand MOTU stuff. Alex Milne to TFCon Chicago. Cyber World Episode 5 being out. The Last Pilot Pitch, which some of you have seen. I haven't actually seen it yet. YOLOPARK AMK Pro Optimus. The Blokees Mega by Brown. Optimus Prime. The Activate Your Alt Mode Flatline. The DNA Menasor upgrade. The Bizarre Prime video. The only other thing that's making the rounds this week, and you've probably seen it because a lot of people seem to be excited about this, is the MP10, I'm going to say KO, in MP44 colors. If you like it, cool. I don't like MP10. I don't really like the look of it for Optimus. I always thought it was a little off. I don't like the fact that it can't T-pose. It's just, I get that people love it for whatever reason, but I've never been a fan of MP10. I just haven't. Certainly not enough to spend any money on it. And I think it's because I was built up so much. And when I finally reviewed it, I was like, this isn't as good as what people made it out to be. I think I was like overbuilt. Hey, Blue, a 1-star convoy. Of course you did. Of course you 1-star convoy. 99% of what Mike has, he's won. He got to be the luckiest man on the planet Earth. 50 total for what is an okay figure. But for full price, I'd be disappointed in it. There you go. So make of that what you will. Okay, so let's do the unboxing and get out of here. The unboxing tonight, we have 2 items. One will be, actually, well, we kind of got 3 items. One will be Friday's review, tomorrow's review. A long time ago, we did Crasher. We just did Alchemist Prime, who's fantastic. Check out that review if you haven't seen it. Tomorrow will be Vortex. Now, I have the Menasor, not a fan. I skipped the Superion because I'm very happy with my Combiner Wars, though I am reviewing the Superion by Adaro. I adore Bruticus. I mean, he is my favorite Decepticon combiner. Computron's my favorite Autobot combiner. I love Bruticus right down to his name. So I have to be fair and give this guy a try. I'm a bit shocked by my thoughts of him. There are things I certainly like, things I certainly don't like, but I'm pretty shocked by a lot of what I think of this guy, and you'll see tomorrow. So that'll be tomorrow's review. We already know, and I'll tell you this now because I already showed this. Next week, probably Friday, I guess. Yeah, Friday. We'll say next Friday. Why not? We'll say next Friday, going into Labor Day weekend, right? We'll take a look at this. This is that other Energon Igniter Speed Series Optimus. That's not very good, but I sort of showed him before. But Tuesday, so tomorrow Friday is going to be Vortex. The following Friday is going to be this guy. But Tuesday is going to be, was very excited to get these guys. Slaughter and Brutality, who you will probably know better as Overkill and Slugfest. And boy, oh boy, do I absolutely adore these 2 little lads. My wife's favorite dinosaur is a Steggy, and I'm going to tell you right now, she loves this guy. This is her favorite Transformer of all time. Though she does like this guy as well. I have somewhere, I have the Titan Master version of this guy, but it's definitely going to replace with this. Both of these, I'm going to tell you now, are going to score well. They're excellent. really, really excellent versions of Slugfest and Overkill. Gotta say, really, really love them. And that, my friends, is it. We've gone through the news. You know about Vortex, Slugfest, and Overkill. Oh, the trivia. We haven't done the trivia. Let's do the trivia real quick. Can't believe that I didn't do the trivia. I got too excited about the unboxing. Let's do the trivia. Let's do the trivia. Are we ready? Are we ready? Mine showed up. Yeah, I got mine a bit ago too, Big M, but I only do 2 reviews a week. I have like boxes of stuff, but I only do 2 reviews a week. So I just tend to show what I'm going to review the following week, right? But I'll get to it. It's just I'm getting around to these guys now. Here is the trivia, but they are great. I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. I think this is an easy one, personally. Which is generally recognized across all of Transformers as the largest plane? Is it A, G1 Skyfire, B, live action, what's his name? Stratosphere, C, Armada Jetfire, or D, animated Lugnut, who is generally considered the largest plane in all of Transformers? A, B, C, or D, G1 Skyfire, live action Stratosphere, Armada Jetfire, or animated Lugnut? We have a C, we have G1 Skyfire. Come on. What else you guys got? A says Matthew. An energetic Igniter's Grimlock, that'd be weird. Stratosphere says Ben. D says the other Matthew. Hey, John. Skyfire, since it can carry the Autobots. Machine Force Starscream wasn't one of them. Maxwell 10A. The actual answer, my friends, is B. Live action Stratosphere is generally considered the largest Transformers plane. Though close on his heels is G1 Broadside, but he tends to get disqualified because he's a triple changer. I was pretty shocked that it wasn't G1 Skyfire. I thought for sure that's who it was going to be. Who knows? I call him rigged. Listen, man, it is what it is. And on that note, I'm going to get out of here. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button. Stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams right here on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, inside the videos. I hope. Oh, wait, I got to go over here. I hope that you guys have an absolutely beautiful weekend, and I will see you next time.